How's it, Sean from the Games Yard? Alright, Pandora, Eclipse of Nashira. This is my overview of this lovely, fantastic, awesome game. I used to, I played Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, and they say this is the spiritual successor to that game. And I can tell you now it is. It is. I believe it is. I actually didn't like Alpha Centauri by Sid Meier. And I also had Civilization 4. The Civilization, all those 4X sort of civilization games. And he did this game, Alpha Centauri, years back when I was much younger. And I just couldn't get into it. I didn't like it. So I stayed away from these types of games because I just, these 4X civilization on a planet. And I picked this up from Matrix, and I can promise you, I've just spent hours on this game. I don't know what it is. It's the interface, it's the mechanics that they, from this proxy studio. It must be the mechanics or the way they've done it. And it's just so involving. It's just a fantastic, awesome game. I love it to bits. I really love this game. Basically I've got the expansion. It's called the Eclipse of Nashira. So it adds one extra faction. That's the ambassadors. And then it does a whole lot of other things that it improves in this thing. Now, I've also got it. If you look at my mouse down at the bottom, you'll see you'll see this AI mod 2018. This is a guy, I think he was one of the developers that that was helping out making this game. And I just got his AI mod because this AI is ferocious in this game. I'll say that much. The AI is probably the best AI I've ever come across. This AI knows how to play this game. Knows it. It knows the rules and it's on top. You can actually see if we start a new game. Okay, let's have a look. I've got it on hard difficulty. The AI has no advantage over the player. And I can promise you, I've never beaten the AI on this game. It is that smart. Okay, so the AI is really, really tops if you're looking for a game with good AI. Okay, besides that, that's the AI. You've got all these factions, and it's like a civilization type game. That each one, like this guy is an economic guy, and this guy here is an industrial guy, and he gets certain bonuses when you land on the planet to his faction. And each one is very similar to the civilization games. I'm gonna I've got it on medium aggression, world side random, and I've also played it on marathon as well. So I'm just going to give you an overview of the game. Let's have a look. I'm just going to load up a new game. I'm just going to make a new game. Just hang on a second there. Advanced. I always pick the advanced. I'm going to talk to you about the research trees. It's very, very unique. This research tree thing. Okay, so I'll explain to you how the research works in this. But it's very unique as well. There's us types of games. Okay, so you land on this planet and you've got your introduction and all this type of stuff. You've got a trooper. You see, it's like in hexagons, like the new Civ 6 now. It's all in hexagons. So you can pile up your units. They can be one on top of each other, and they can be, which is I think a bit different. They can be also separate on each hexagon. So if I move him there. And you also, like in most of these types of games, the newer ones, you also get like flank bonus and all this type of stuff. But it can also be on top of each other. I think that's pretty unique. Now I'm going to start a city. Now in this city, you can expand your tiles. It doesn't just expand. So you can expand to that area over there, or you can expand over there. And let me just give you an idea. And if you expand there, then the next time it'll ask you where. So your city grows like this to all these other areas where you choose it to grow. All right. The game is unique in terms of it works on the morale. The cities work on morale, pollution. Similar, if you ever played the Civilization, the newer ones, and even the version 4, it also has all of these things in here, and it grows at a certain amount. There's a certain growth, and then it tops out, and then you can create a colonizer, and a foreman. You can go make roads. So anybody that's played Civilization will find this, will be at home at this type of thing. And you can set your tax rates, and then it gives you the overall up here and how far you can go. You can zoom in and out. You can raise, and you build all your stuff here on the side. One of the things I love about is the clean interface. Look at the colonial. It's got a colonial trooper. So I love that part of the game. Economic tab is same like all the civilizations. You can go and manage your city from here. Very, very, very lovely, clean interface. The same with your military. You also got a colonial trooper. I'll get to the research now. Also in this game, you've got a workshop, and when you discover new types of weapons, you can add them to your troops. You get different types of guns as you advance in the tech tree, and things you discover on the planet. So you can make them stronger. You can add all kinds of things. So it's all customizable. Your troops also gain by getting experience as well. So they get experience, they heal up, they get to different levels, they become veterans, that sort of thing. The research tree. Now I need to discuss this. This is I think what makes this game stand out for me is its randomized research. So every game you play, the research not only is the map generated randomly, it's a random map with all those things you can do, it's also a random search. A random research. So you never know what's going to come here. And that's for the whole game. It's for the AI and you. Now you've got eras. So your research is randomized in the era. Okay, so you won't have text like in the late areas coming up here in the beginning. But in that era that you're in, the stuff is all randomized. So here you might find a tank or something, or that usually is over here. And you've got it. So it makes this game so interesting as you advance forward. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what's in the fields. You don't know what you're gonna get, and each tech is relevant and useful in this game. Relevant and useful in this game. I'll just say that again. Yeah, and that's for me a fantastic part of this game. Now I'll just play a little bit. Let me just choose. I'm going to choose, since this you build a building and it increases your food and it's like a building in here, and it helps you out with your food because your headquarters is right. So it's got everything. I forgot to just tell you also your farmers. You can assign, as you grow your population, you can assign your guys to research, to workers, and if you assign it to workers and miners, it affects your pollution. You can grow forests. You can assign it to farmers, and you can actually move your guys around. I think I'll play a little bit just to give you an idea. Let me just pick growth. So let's just get an idea of this. I'm going to end the turn. Fantastic game, this. Proxy Studios. And the funny thing is it hasn't received, not many people know about it. It's not like and it's a fantastic game. Now, these are the aliens that are on the planet. You get these hives and stuff. So, for example, also what I love about this game, if I hive on a alien or a enemy guy, I get this victory chance of 100%, the efficiency rating, estimated casualties. It highlights yours and his types of spitters. You can also click on this guy, and you can get various stats that he has, and all this type of stuff. So this is fantastic about this. I love this. Okay, so I'm going to go there, and this is it's like a goodie hut. You get in there and you get credits, you get an extra former, you get units and all this type of stuff. Now the everywhere in this planet is alive, okay? Because everywhere in this planet you got sea monsters, you got things that come out of the sea. You can build everything in this as well. Helicopters, gunships, all that type of stuff for this type of science fiction game. Also battleships and stuff like that. So it's got everything that you can think of. And of course, when you run into your factions, then you've got diplomacy, fully fleshed out. You can do research packs. You can You can agreements, aggressive. What do they call it? Non-aggression packs. You can complain. You can ask the guys to come, and you can make allies. You can ask the guys to help you in the war. So it's grown now. Now I just wanted to get here because I got one guy. Now I can put him as a miner, and you notice how it affects the stats. I can put him as a worker. I can, and you notice these stats as well. All this is so. Let me just give you an idea here. If I took him there and I made him a worker, it also your morale. And here you've got your tax penalty. So it decreases your morale to certain extents where you put these guys and how they. So the thing is intertwined, and you can increase your research. Now there's nothing you do here on the map. You just highlight. Ah, good. I click there. You just highlight, and you can move around the map while in the screen. You just highlight where you want to, where it's going to grow next. And you can unlock these things. Okay, the colonists will not be or assigned a task. So you'll get a colonist. You can get colonists where they don't, and then you can assign them various tasks. Um, yeah, I'm going to put him on mining for now. End the turn. Just to give you a basic idea of this wonderful game. Now you've researched, it tells you what you have, and now you open up these other areas here. And these are not the same game today. Let me just tell that again. This might be here as it is now, but in the next game, this analytics might have been down here, and the mineral producing might have been there. It's randomized research. Okay, this makes it fascinating because it's never the same game again. I'm going to pick mineral refining. Okay. And the troops and everything have got all the basic um, defenses and, of the terrain, everything like that takes part in the terrain. So you've got all of that as well. So something killed us. Now I met somebody. Okay. This is Lillian van Vath. Okay, I accept the trading pact, and I'm going to go back to her again. And you've got a whole wealth. And they meet new factions and you meet new factions, this opens up. This gets longer. You get more and more things that you can do with each faction. Like I'll offer aggression pack to her. I'll offer a research pack, and I wonder if I should offer open borders. No, I'm not going to offer open borders. Now, each of these factions, as I said, you can look at their profile and see who you're dealing with. She's Zenith. She gets 2 morale. She's aggressive, of power when attacking. She's a fanatic. That's less unit cost and also conserves research time. And each of these factions, let me tell you, the AI in this game is smart. I still don't know how they made the AI so smart. It has to be, and I'll say this again, it has to be the smartest AI I've ever come across. The smartest, the hardest, the cleverest AI. This computer, this AI, knows this game well, and it knows how to play it. It protects its borders. It expands intelligently. If you look at how it expands and how it moves and how it expands when it builds new cities and how it builds its military and how it deals with you, it's smart. This AI knows how to play, and it knows how to play each faction. So if you play it on medium difficulty, which is hard difficulty, he's getting no bonuses and you're not. Let me tell you, I've never beaten it on this. I get wiped out. And I like an AI that's good, but I've never met an AI that's this smart. It's almost like playing against a human. And it's partly because I don't know what happened, but I read the initial reports of this game when they came out, and people complained that the AI was weak. And then after the expansion and all the patches, there's a guy. I don't know if he's a Russian guy. He was part of the AI development team, and he helped the development team make this AI so good. And then he left, or the game's finished. He's not developing, and I found his latest AI mod that because he also loved this game, so he's made an AI mod for this game independently. And the AI, the 1.67, which is the latest patch, is damn good. But he's just further enhanced this AI to a completely new level. Completely new level. I mean, he's made the AI almost masterful. Oh, this AI is so good, and you've got to be so careful with this AI. What you say to it, and it's smart in its interactions with you. It's not just it probes you. It looks to see if you are weaker than it. And remember, it's a war game. So if it feels that you are weaker than it, then it's going to attack you because it wants to have less competition, and it'll find a reason. AI is tops in this game. Really, really good. I can't say enough for it. Never met an AI this good. Ever. In all the games I've played. There's been a couple of games where the AI has been pretty good. But in this particular game, the AI is tops. Top of the apex. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to do some research. And basically this is how your search tree goes into eras. You can design your troops when you get new weapon systems. Like you can... Okay, there's no armor because... Let me give you an idea. And you've got the events all here of how you started. Like if I was to get, like I'm going to discover this. Okay, this is a weapons, a flamethrower that I can add to, and you can add it to some of your weapons, some of your vehicles, and you can add it to all. You've got this workshop, and then you get big walkers, big firing walkers later on in the areas, in the later techs, and you can add defense systems to them. You can add devices, different types of devices. You can and don't be fooled by just these three tabs. The armor comes in all different types and it's situational. Like you get various armor that's good against biological units and armor that's good against mechanical units. Yeah, I think my overview of this is done. I don't think I can say any more for this wonderful game. One more thing, in the game, these aliens that are on this planet, if you destroy the planet too much, you build too much. It's like in Civilization. This AI gets aggressive, and you've got to, and it comes in various forms. It's got flyers, it's got sea monsters, and there's an AI also comes from later on in the game that comes out of the sea. That's where the Eclipse of Nashira comes, and that's because of you destroying the planet. There's also an invasion by an alien species as well. Yeah, I can't say enough. The combat is wonderful in this game. The city building is wonderful. I can't say enough about this game. All right. Yeah, and I'm going to definitely be doing a whole lot of videos. I think what I'm going to do, and this is with the expansion as well. I'm going to set up a game. Everything's going to be random. I'm going to have a random world side. I play on marathon because I like marathon. It leaves you in it leaves you in the text. Your text grows slower, so it leaves you in those eras much more longer. Yeah, and I'm always going to play on hard difficulty, and it's all going to be random. And I'm going to try and get a playlist through all these factions as well. So yeah, I'm going to spend a lot of time on there. I love this game. All right, yeah, please. I did the best I could. This is a fantastic game. All right, go buy it. Go get it from. It's cheap too. It's like such a great game. I think it's about. It's just. I'm South African, so I paid about 150 rand for this and the expansion. You got to get the expansion. Don't just buy the first contact. Get the expansion. You can buy it on GOG and Matrix and Steam as well. Okay, I got mine off Matrix. So it's well worth every penny that you spend on this. All right, it's well worth it. Okay, so yeah, Sean from the Games Yard. Please like this video, share it with everybody you know. Subscribe to my channel, please, and leave comments and suggestions and any questions you've got. Good day on you.